Hi, this is Joe here with another review. For the sake of this video, we're going to be discussing one particular episode of a television series. Because some time ago, well 5 years ago, I just did a review of the television series Beverly Hills 90210. Now, I'm not going to rehash my whole review on that because I did a whole review of the entire series. I normally don't do a review of one particular episode, but I feel that I should. Because since it's almost graduation season and prom season, in particular high schools across the United States and probably around the world, I figured I should do focus on one particular episode or one particular storyline. And actually, technically, 2 episodes, which is of course the most infamous episode that I felt either 902 and the one that gets made fun of the most. Which of course is the Donna Martin Graduates episode, with the protest. And that's the episode that I'm going to be focusing on. Of course, naturally nowadays with the power of YouTube and Facebook and stuff, people have done videos making fun of that episode. And instead of saying the rally cry for all the students of West Beverly High was Donna Martin Graduates, Donna Martin Graduates. We're now intending into Donna Martin masturbates. Donna, with her masturbating all the time. Donna Martin masturbates instead of Donna Martin graduates. Which, I guess people have a lot of free time and may find an episode for that. True, there's certain things about Beverly Hills 90210 you can make fun of. Like all the fashions, all the hairstyles, the catfighting that goes on between. Not only in real life, but on the show between Donna and Brent, Tori Spelling and Shannon Doherty in real life, as well as fighting between Shannon Doherty and Jenny Garth on the show. A little rivalry between Brandon and Luke Perry on the Dylan McKay role, of Jason Priestley and Luke Perry. With the sideburns and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you can make fun of or pick on, like the parents. Eventually, by the time the 8th and 9th season rolled around, the series was pretty much dead, and it ran on way too long. I think it ran like 2 or 3 years too long. But regarding that, the episode that I'm going to be focusing on, of course, is the infamous Donna Martin Graduates episode. Of course, this was towards the end of the 3rd season of the show, where the cast and 90210 were about to graduate from West Beverly High, and had the senior prom. This, but actually started the episode before then, which was like but three episodes left of the senior year, and the 3rd to last episode was when they went to the senior prom, and they rushed, or the head chairman of the school board slipped this thing in there, or this rule in there saying if anybody who shows up to the prom, the senior prom, with drugs on them, or either using drugs or have drugs on them, or is drunk, or seen as drunk or drinking at the prom, either one, there would be not only obviously they'll be suspended, but they would be banned from all senior activities, including graduation. You would not be allowed at the graduation ceremony. You would not be allowed to take any senior activities from then to the end of the year if they show up drunk or on drugs at the senior prom. So those were Brandon and Andrea covered the school board meeting. And it was the last one before they graduate, and the policy went in. It was a policy that was not even on the agenda. And if it was on the agenda, there'd be more of a stink. Or from the student body, they found out that this thing was going to be discussed. Another thing that was also discussed at this meeting that was not on the agenda was a dress code going into effect for next year, which Donna Martin's mother was for a dress code. So you want to have any inappropriate T-shirts or anything else like that. So Brandon and Andre were a little mad, and Brandon says, "What do we care for? We're graduating, we're getting out. What do we care about what's going on in the next, what happens to these kids after we graduate? I mean, why are we bothering protesting over this if we graduate in a couple of weeks?" And so Andre says, "I don't know why you're so empathetic about this." Well, meanwhile, they go to the prom, and before they go to the prom, the whole 90210 gang goes over to David Silver's house because he had a pre-prom party and he was serving champagne to everybody. But most people had maybe like 2 glasses of champagne, if that, for a toast. However, Donna was so nervous, was so scared shit, because she decided to agree to have sex for the first time with her boyfriend, David Silver. And David Silver went out to rent a hotel room in the hotel that we were having the prom in. And so she was so nervous, and not only that, but her mother was giving her such a guilt trip. "Oh, I want you to wear this cross for the prom, because we're supposed to be Catholic, Catholic, I guess." And so, wear this for the prom. And so Donna feels guilty. So, how can I wear this cross? I'm going to have sex for the first, lose my virginity to David. He's going to lose his virginity to me, and I'm going to lose mine to him. And I'm wearing this big gold cross. So she was drinking like champagne like crazy. Not only in David Silver's house, or David's father's house, but also in the limo. They had alcohol in the limo, and she was drinking booze. She was drinking like a fish, and she didn't eat anything all day, so she could fit into her dress. Her dress was so tight that she was afraid if she ate anything, she wouldn't fit into the dress. So she ate nothing. So she had nothing in her system to absorb the alcohol. And when everybody else was eating, had 1 or 2 glasses of champagne, but at least everybody was eating. So they didn't have the effect of the alcohol in the system. Unfortunately, Donna didn't have any food in her system except for the champagne, so she was drunk as a skunk as soon as she got to the prom. And so she was puking her guts up in the bathroom, and all the girls were going, "Oh my God, we have to get them out." And all the boys were saying, "Oh, we gotta get Donna out of here." So they, on the way to get her out, of the hall where they had the prom. And meanwhile, guess what? They got busted by the principal, or vice principal, Mrs. Teasley. So she said, "Oh, you're drunk, Donna. You're drunk. You're busted." And so that's how that ended. It's more like not only is it clipping, but it felt like more like a 2-part episode, even though technically it wasn't. So the next episode was the infamous episode with the Donna Martin Graduates chant. So what happened was they were all trying to fight. The father was willing to fight for Donna, Donna's father, I should say, but not the mother. And that's because in the previous episode, I think it was either that season or the season before, when they were at a hotel trying to meet the band, the music group, Color Me Bad. When Color Me Bad was in a particular hotel in Beverly Hills, Donna saw her mother having an affair. So Donna believes because they caught you having an affair with cheating on Daddy, and so you're taking it out on me now. You're getting your revenge on me now. Instead of supporting me. And so you're trying to get rid of this stupid thing. And he said, "No, I support the school board." Yeah. Whatever they do doing you is not enough because of what you did. And I mean, she broke the rules. I mean, she did. But everybody's saying, "Oh, it shouldn't have happened." And then the teacher, Mr. Myers, says to Brandon, "Hey, I got an idea, Brandon. Why don't you hold a protest? Because we all know the Donna's being railroaded on this." And he says, "Well, I think it'd be a good thing. I mean, we're all going to be graduating. They're going to prevent us from graduating if we do anything." And said, "Look, we feel you should do it." So what happened is they did have a whole protest, and they were chanting, "Donna Martin Graduates, Donna Martin Graduates." And they all walked out, and they were all taking the finals, and they all got up and walked out, and to protest this particular policy, because they didn't, except for Donna. Donna was the only one in the school who got caught on this policy at the prom. If you show up drunk, or if you're caught drinking at the prom, you get suspended. She was the only one who was caught, and because they expected, some of the kids who aren't exactly popular or the troublemakers in the school get caught. None of them got caught. Just Donna got caught. So they didn't think it was right that they're singling her out. They were singling Donna out. Yeah, but the thing is, she actually broke the rules. I mean, like it or not, she broke the rules, folks. I mean, but they should also grow up and listen to the rules. They all broke the rules. They all drinking, but Donna was the only one who got caught. And so Brandon marched down to the school board, they all did, and they said, "Hey, you all expected to catch a student who was," and Brandon made a pretty good speech, but a guy who had, or a student who has a record of being a troublemaker or was suspended before or whatever, but you didn't. You caught Donna, who had no blemishes on her record at all, and you caught her instead of anybody else. So what they did was they decided to not ban her for graduation. And the irony is they have a 5-person board, and only the women voted for Donna, and the men on the school board voted against Donna. So I thought that was interesting. I mean, only the men, making the men look bad by having them vote against Donna and have all the women vote for her, which is kind of sexism. I not have not one man to vote for Donna's behalf, or not to vote for or not to have one woman vote against Donna. I mean, you could have at least have one guy, one of the two men vote for Donna, and have one of the women vote against her. Just to make it fair. But to have all 3 women vote for Donna, and the men not voting for Donna, I think that was kind of a little sexist on that part. The writers on this particular episode. But to the episode itself, I think it was a good episode, despite my problems with it. That hey, she broke the rules, she got caught, and she should have been punished for it. But because she was one of the main characters and not one of the kids that's off in the background somewhere on the show, they had to fight for it and get her off the suspension, which they of course they did. And of course, Steve, being the smart ass, or Ian Ziering, who played Steve Sanders, being smart ass, after the hearing was over and they won, Steve says, "Hey, let's all get drunk," being a smart ass. And of course, they all go right back to school. And of course, the next episode was the last episode of season 3, or the season finale, when they all graduated from high school, which was also pretty good. And they did have a reference in there about Donna thanking Kelly thank everybody for helping her out. So that's my review of the Donna Martin Graduates episode of Beverly Hills 90210. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check out all my videos on my YouTube channel on rallyc.com, so WDY, and then C.com is the homepage. Another reviewer, Christine Moore. Please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.